So, if you haven't already read the title, you can probably tell that today's video is going to be a bit interesting. Essentially, I'm going to be ruining these shoes. Is this a good idea? No. Should someone stop me? Probably. Am I just going to do it anyway? Yeah. So basically, I'm going to be painting a design onto these shoes and essentially revamping them. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've seen a few other people do this online. I think it looks pretty cool and I kind of just wanted to see how it goes. I really hope you enjoy, and I'm going to be filming it outside today just because, you know, it's a nice day and I want to make the most of it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video.
Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is wash the shoes. Once you're in the safety of your bathroom, away from the judgment of the rest of your family, you're going to begin by taking the laces off the shoes, because otherwise they're going to just get so much paint on them. And I literally just gave mine a scrub over with some soap, water and using a tissue. Alright, so now it's time to assemble the things you're going to need. Obviously just basic painting equipment and the shoes. Now I would recommend sketching your design out first. Also make sure you're using cheap shoes, because then if this goes wrong you won't feel too gutted. Mine are cheap ones from Primark, literally £8. I've had them for quite a while. So the designs I'm going to be doing on these today are going to be flowers, and they're going to be in contrasting colours. So one shoe is going to have a yellow sunflower theme and the other a blue violet theme. Now I'm pretty sure that you guys couldn't see this on camera, but I did sketch out first. I mentioned it earlier and I seriously cannot stress enough, you're working on shoes, not paper. You do need to make sure to sketch out first. Alright, now that you have the basic flower blobs that you want, you're going to begin by kind of finalising them a bit more and adding other shades. So right now I am mixing an orange to just layer on as some extra shadowing. This adds a bit more like dimension and detail to the shoe. If you just have plain colours, it's kind of just going to look a bit boring. Alright, I'm now moving on to the other flower. So I kind of am doing this a bit in bits, but with things like this you do kind of have to just go with the flow of the illustration. If you are stuck for ideas, I really would recommend looking up what other people have done on shoes, because that's what I did, which helped me generate this idea. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to make the flowers look like they are not merging into one kind of yellow splodge, just because you want people to be able to tell what is on your shoe rather than them just getting a general idea. Something it's probably worth noting with the shoes that I've done is that I have used acrylic paint rather than using fabric paint. Please don't attack me for that one. I don't have any fabric paint at the minute. But if you are using acrylics like me, note that I'm pretty sure it does come off in water. So obviously wear these shoes outside, but maybe don't wear them in pouring rain, because the chances are that the paint may like chip or kind of run a little bit. But yeah. Moving back to the shoe artwork, so I have added in the leaves, similar to how I added in flowers, kind of just got a rough outline of where I wanted them to be in pencil and then went over them in green. I have also added a bit of yellow shadowing to them as well. Right now I'm just finishing off with doing one flower in the corner. Make sure to leave, if it looks like there's white basically, fill it in with like a flower or something. You don't want the shoe looking plain. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and do the other side of camera, and that is what I'm showing you now. So this is basically what both sides of the flowers look like, and yeah. I'm pretty pleased with how the flowers did turn out, but I thought the shoe was looking a little plain, so I decided to do some yellow around the sides just to snazz it up a bit. Alright, so the yellow is nearly done. This, to be honest, the flowers was pretty chill to paint and stuff, but the yellow was actually quite tedious. So if you're a less confident painter, I would not recommend doing that. It was very stressful and it did not go as well on the blue one. Just a bit of foreshadowing. But yeah, so this is the finished yellow shoe. Okay, so moving on to the blue one. I'm starting with a pre-washed white shoe, exactly the same as the other one, obviously, because they are a pair. And for the blue one, I'm nowhere near as confident drawing violets as I am drawing sunflowers. So I decided to start off by drawing the, what they called, the bits in the middle rather than the petals. Because I thought it would help me get a better idea of where to place the flowers. So violets, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, are more rounded in shape, so I made sure not to do them as pointed as the sunflowers. Okay, so as you can see, I've done 2 blue ones and 1 purple one, and now I'm just adding, I cannot speak today, like, what even is this audio? I'm gonna go ahead and add some red shading. And I'm also adding, kind of swapping it around and adding purple on the blue and blue on the purple, so kind of vice versa. I'm doing overall for the blue one, it is quite a similar process to the yellow one, you know, adding the petals, then adding the leaves. Something I did do for both the leaves that I didn't mention was I did do one leaf darker than the other, just to give it a bit more of like a contrasting effect. But yeah, so that is the general idea of the violet shoe now, pretty much finished. I'm just, like I said, I'm just adding the darkness on some of the leaves. I was not as pleased as I was as the sunflowers for the violets, because they did not go that well on camera. So in a minute you will see that they do look quite different, like now. I did add some point to the petals because I thought in contrast to the sunflower ones it did look a little too different. But yeah, as you can see, same with the sunflower ones, I've gone off camera and done the other side. And now I'm adding that snazzy line all the way around the shoe and on the top of it. So if you have done acrylics like me, one final thing to be aware of is the mixing. Make sure you have mixed the right colours and don't just go for it, please be careful. Alright, so that is the blue shoe finished, and here's just kind of a little montage of me kind of strutting around in these shoes. I'm quite pleased with how these turned out. The blue around the edges was a little messier than the yellow, but oh well. Yeah, I'm living for the look, and I hope you guys feel inspired to try something like this yourselves. You know, cheap white shoes, pretty easy to paint on. I will see you guys all next time. Seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me, and I really appreciate it, and I'd love to grow as a creator. So yeah, bye.